Hello, America. It's Sean Bianca, GOP Girl and Clean TV Live. And Mr. President, you are the President of the United States. Mr. President, you are the most powerful man in the world, Mr. President. Need I remind you of this? Mr. President, you should be above tweeting at Morning Micah and Morning Joe. Because I get it. You want to fight back, Mr. President. I understand that. They attack you, you attack back. You don't have to. You don't have to, Mr. President, because just the fact that you are the president is enough to drive them mad. In fact, Morning Micah and Morning Joe, I think they've gone mad. Yes, all of their comments about you are complete lunacy. However, let me put it to you this way, Mr. President. When you tweet at a woman and her possible plastic surgery, all you do is rile up everyone that dislikes you. You rile up the left, you rile up mainstream media, and you also put Morning Micah and Morning Joe back in the limelight. Their show is terrible. Their show has been failing. But guess what, Mr. President? I bet because of you, because of your tweet about Micah bleeding badly or bleeding from a facelift, I bet you anything, the ratings are now going back up. Because, let me just remind you, remember Megyn Kelly when you said she was bleeding? Yes. Guess what? Megyn Kelly ended up on the cover of every magazine after you tweeted your tweet about Megyn bleeding. That's what you did. You made her an overnight sensation. Now, she's not doing so hot right now, but for all of us Trumpers that supported you and wanted you to be the president, you killed us. We despised Megyn Kelly. Do you know what it was like for us to all walk into a supermarket and have to look at the likes of Megyn Kelly smiling like a Cheshire cat? Mr. President, please stop your tweeting, because it was a great week for you. It was a great week. The travel ban has been reinstated. I know it's not perfect. Personally, I, like most Americans, want all Muslims banned for eternity. However, the travel ban was reinstated, okay? So that was a good thing. The other thing, Kate's Law. Kate's Law passed in the House. July 1st, 2015, Kate Steinle was taking a walk with her father in San Francisco, and she was shot and killed by an illegal immigrant that had been deported several times. And that law passed in the House this week, and hopefully the Senate will follow. Another law, No Sanctuary for Criminals Act, that also passed in the House. It's going to the Senate. Those are two laws the former President Obama could care less about. Those are two laws that, thanks to you at your rallies during the presidential campaign, you had parents of children that had been killed by illegal immigrants. You cared. What former President Obama didn't care about was the American people that were murdered in cold blood by illegal aliens. And you cared. And this week was definitely a win for not only you, but for the nation. And hopefully the Senate will follow. And the problem is because of the tweet against Morning Micah and Morning Joe, you end up taking away from that because the media is just talking about President Trump's tweet. The other thing that happened was you spoke at the energy event, and you spoke on how we're going to have a pipeline running to Mexico, down to Mexico, from Mexico, down to Mexico. That's going to be that's going to create jobs. So we had a great week, Mr. President. And when you send out these tweets to fight back, what you do is, number one, you completely, just completely give the media all of the ammunition they need to say, he's not presidential. He's just not presidential. He doesn't act presidential. Well, you know what someone said to me? Well, you know what? The fact that the president tweeted back that tweet, it is presidential because he is the president, technically. So that was a good point. However, no. You see, what will drive the left even more insane than they already are is if you zip it. If you say nothing, if you tweet nothing. Because they want you to tweet about a woman and this or that. They want you to fight back because they want to say, oh, look at President Trump. He's the big, mean, bad wolf. No, Mr. President, please stop. You also make it difficult for us who support you to stand up for you because, frankly, no, I can't defend that. I can't defend that. You don't say a tweet about somebody's possible plastic surgery. That's not how you get back at Morning Micah. You get back at Morning Micah by saying nothing and being happy with the fact that you are the most powerful man in the world. Think about it. Mr. President, may I remind you, you are the President of the United States of America. You are the most powerful man in the world. And enough said. Because the fact that you are where you are, sitting in the White House right now, is driving the left mad. Let's not put Morning Micah on every single magazine cover because the president attacked her. Let's not put Morning Micah and Morning Joe. Let's not get their ratings back up because they want to hear what they're going to say about President Trump. You know, I was reminded about how Prince Charles, back when he was running around with Camilla, who's now his wife, Saturday Night Live did a skit. And they had Prince Charles as a tampon because I think he had said something in diaries or something that he wished that he could be Camilla's tampon. And Saturday Night Live did their little skit. Prince Charles never came back, never fought back. He didn't have to. You know what? Sure. The prince wanting to be a tampon is obviously, enough said with that. But he's the prince. Who cares? You know what? He's the prince. He can do what he wants. But you know what? He doesn't have to fight back. Mr. President, please stop your tweeting. Because like I said, that'll drive mainstream media mad. Quickly, everyone. This is very, very important. I'm sure some of you have seen on Tucker Carlson's show tonight a report with Lisa Vanderpump and the Yulin Dog Meat Festival. It's a horrific, horrific event that takes place every year where thousands of dogs are tortured because the meat is more tender as long as the dogs are tortured, and the longer they stay alive, the better the meat is supposed to be. It's a sick, sick custom. And I want everyone to call your congressman and tell them to vote for Resolution 30 and Resolution 401 to stop this horrific event from taking place. Lisa Vanderpump, what she's doing, going over there and rescuing the dogs that she's able to, is just so admirable. And I don't know about you, but I'm a dog lover, and to see these dogs all in cages getting ready to be tortured, and if you've seen any of what they do to the dogs on video, it is absolutely horrific. So please, please call your congressman and tell them to vote for Resolutions 30 and Resolutions 401. Anyway, one other thing. Ladies, if you're single, how to get rid of a guy in under 10 minutes. I know how. Guess what? If you want to get rid of a guy in under 10 minutes and you sense that he's a liberal, bring up that you're a Trump supporter. Actually, in less than 30 seconds, you can get rid of that man. Works very well. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, everyone. This is Bianca, GOP Girl, and Clean TV Live. Bye-bye.